So James is going to talk about what Einstein got wrong or right or
I
whatever.
don't have enough time to actually talk about what he got wrong. What did Einstein get wrong? Everything. It's that simple. We talked about what is it, relativity before, and
Okay.
now we'll talk about.
Well, you're talking
quantum.
about the second disc anyway.
Yeah. So quantum stuff comes out of his stuff. He didn't seem to want to realize it, or didn't seem to realize it, or something like that. And it really got them frustrated, especially Bohr, the guy who really got it going. I mean, they give credit to Planck for developing the idea of quantum or something like that, but the dude who really took that idea and ran with it like he was running with a soccer ball was a Bohr. And Bohr, I think, was on the Danish national soccer team. He might have been the captain. He could have been, should have been, perhaps. He always wanted to be captain of whatever ship he was on or whatever, or team. And he wanted to be captain of the physics team. And the funny thing is, people let him be the captain. And it wasn't a question, let him say what he wants to say. They'd parrot whatever Bohr said. And so Bohr was a doofus. I mean, he hung in Denmark when he had other options after Hitler took over, and he was a half a Jew or something like that, or part Jew. And he then, when they brought him over finally from Denmark, rescued him, the Brits did, and what was his thanks? He gave the bomb to the Soviets, helped to turn the atomic bomb secrets over to the Soviets. There were a variety of different, what the Soviets called useful idiots who did it. Who was some of the others? Enrico Fermi and Leo Szilard and Julius Oppenheimer, or whatever his first name was. The guy who perhaps more than any other developed the bomb, but he developed it not just for the Allies, but he developed it for the Soviets, and that's who he was really working for all the way along. Anyway, Niels Bohr, a useful idiot for the Soviets, and for anyone who's interested in physics, a useless idiot. So the thing is, Einstein got the whole idea behind relativity wrong, and then he developed this idea of light being a particle as well as a wave. And as I was saying before, that's like writing a true false test and putting true or false for every one of the answers and expecting to get 100%. And you'll get physicists saying, hey, our quantum theory is perfect because it answers all the questions. Yeah, when you answer all the questions true or false, and then you're actually marking the test, as the physicists do. They seem to think they're qualified to do it. Of course you're going to get 100%. But when you get a rational person looking at it, I try to be rational looking at this stuff, you see the irrationality of it all, and it's enough to make a monkey laugh, a cat laugh too. At any rate, so Einstein came up with this idea of light being a particle as well as a wave, and what comes out of this is quantum theory. You see, you get these little quantas of light, and electrons are waves, and every particle is at least subatomic is a wave, and every wave has a mediating particle. So now they've come up with phonons that mediate sound. You don't need those sorts of things. Occam, they should take Occam's razor to these physicists and give them a real close shave. Fact is, they should just shave their heads off while they're at it.
That's a little much.
It's a little much, but their heads are pretty well useless and stuff like that. I don't recommend doing that to these guys because it's just a waste of time. But they should get a close shave, because they're just walking around in big bushy beards and stuff like that, hiding away in their stupid mysticism and stuff like that. So Einstein was so much of a fool, he didn't realize that quantum theory was a logical extension of his stupid assumptions. And so he keeps on saying, your results are illogical. And yes, they were, because they came from stupid assumptions, but he didn't realize his assumptions were stupid. That's how stupid he was. So I don't know who was stupider, these guys who were saying, hey, what you're doing is illogical, because they've adopted his stupid, illogical assumptions, and then they built this stupid, huge edifice, which we're still having to live with. Quantum theory and stuff like that. So I won't go too much into detail about all the stupid things he had to say about the stupid things that they were doing. Ultimately, he's more right than they are, because they're accepting his stupid assumptions. He accepts his own stupid assumptions. And then he's stupid because he doesn't realize that they're right based on his stupid assumptions. But they're so stupid, they accept his stupid assumptions. I don't know who's stupider, but it's just a quagmire of stupidity. I had to watch it how many times? 4 times, the second section?
Yeah.
I'm on the 4th
I
time.
can pretty much,
I
might be able to recite it. The whole thing, word for word, so, because I had to listen so many times.
Yeah.
Because James falls asleep a lot while he's
but this was highly recommended for people who are have trouble sleeping. It's great. Now I knew a lot of it. I've been going almost all of it, because I've been going through this kind of stuff for about 20 years. Reading this sort of stuff. So I knew it'd be basically a review. Incidentally, this guy is right here. We were talking about useful idiots. This is one of the useless idiots and stuff like that. So he's going around saying Einstein's stupid for doing all this sort of stuff. He's, one of these quantum theorists, or at least an apologist for these quantum theorists. And, he's pontificating about how stupid Einstein was, and he's as stupid or stupider. There we go.
Oh, that's all you want to say?
Is that enough on this?
If that's what you want to say.
Yeah, that's all I'm going to say.